Hi, I'm Alex from the Southern Universities Network. For any young person going to university this September, the process is probably going to be even more complex than usual. Due to what's going on at the moment with COVID-19, universities have done an awful lot of hard work to make campuses safe and secure and exciting places for young people to turn up to in September. But I bet you've still got a load of concerns, worries, questions about what the process is going to be like and how you can possibly support your young person who is transitioning to higher education this year. This video by the Southern Universities Network will provide you with 5 top questions that you might want to ask to universities to get the answers to the types of things that your young person might be concerned or worried about. So question 1 that you might want a response to is, what's the balance of online and face-to-face learning going to be? A lot of universities are taking what's called a blended approach for September, and this means that a lot of the teaching that would have taken place on campus is now moving online. However, a lot of universities are saying that there will still be teaching taking place on campus, it will just be reduced. So a blended approach is kind of like a dual approach. This is going to look different for every university depending on the facilities they've got available, the space they've got on campus, and perhaps the level of expertise they've already developed with blended learning and online teaching. So if you're supporting a young person to transition to university or higher education in September, one of the things that's definitely worth asking either admissions tutors or university staff more broadly is, what is that balance of face-to-face and online teaching going to be? Question 2. It's worth asking the question about facilities and whether or not all of them are going to be open. It could be with government regulations and rules with regards to social distancing that actually not all of the equipment and not all of the facilities that would usually be available, should we not be in a pandemic, may not be open or available. This could include things like gyms and sports facilities. It could be lab space if you're undertaking a science degree. It might be, if you're undertaking something to do with the medical profession, things like hospital simulation wards and a whole host of others besides, depending on the course of interest. And of course the course is only half of it. Is there going to be space at the university for the young person who's attending to meet with their friends on campus? Is there going to be a social hub open, a students' union bar, or a space in the library where people can get together and relax to study together? It's well worth asking the universities the questions about facilities, just so you can create a concrete picture in your mind of what the campus experience in September is going to look like. Question number 3. What plans are being made at the moment for social distancing on campus? Is there going to be the 2-metre rule? Is face masks going to be compulsory in every part of the campus or only in certain buildings? Are there going to be temperature checks on students, as they enter the buildings and walk through the door to make sure it's not too high? That could be a warning sign with regards to the development of symptoms of COVID. So what systems are the university putting in place to manage the movement of people and keep everyone as safe as possible? Question 4, and this could be a huge one if the young person is thinking of moving away from home to study. What are the plans with regards to accommodation? Is every single room in the accommodation block going to be populated? Are there going to be accommodation bubbles? What about communal areas, things like shared kitchens or bathrooms? How is all of that going to work? And what are the university's plans in that instance? Firstly, to mitigate the risk with regards to COVID-19, but also to ensure the experience for students is as safe, supported and happy as possible. Question number 5, what you may possibly want to ask is whether or not the university has any specific support set up as a result of COVID-19. A lot of universities, for students who might be at significant risk of struggling at university this year specifically, have set up access to bursaries and scholarships, additional teaching and learning support, and a whole host of other things besides. So one of the questions, if I was a parent of a young person who's possibly going to university this September, is what is the specific support offering as a result of the pandemic to ensure that the students are safe, happy and successful? So they're the 5 top questions that you may possibly want to ask university staff. I would also recommend checking out university websites. All of them have got COVID FAQs at the moment and there's lots of information available online there too. Equally, if you'd like to speak to somebody who is impartial, who can support with some of the transition and decision making, then the Southern Universities Network have currently got their Future Steps platform. which allows you to chat live with careers advisors and current university students that are more than happy to offer some additional advice and support. So first port of call, get in touch with the universities, visit those FAQs, and if you'd still like to chat to someone, perhaps click the link for future steps.